Hello everyone, Bob Butera with Yoga Life Institute, Lesson 4 in the Winter Meditation course. We're moving from the breathing styled meditation exercises to a visual style of meditating. That's not necessarily with your eyes open, but the focus of these types of meditations is holding one specific image in your mind while you meditate. That's also different than watching a movie or thinking of a variety of images that roll on, again, like a film, that you're watching and moving through something similar to a guided visual relaxation exercise. What we're going to do with a meditation is hold one specific image in the mind, not allowing the mind to jump. So if you think about the ocean, you don't then remember your sailboat and then the ocean and then your friends on the sailboat and so forth. That would create a lot of thinking and would not be a meditation exercise, although it would be very valid as a relaxation. So we make that distinction. Now, first stage in just the practice of visualization to see how it suits you is to remember that there are many ways of visualizing. That don't think it has to be specifically what we mean by image-driven or visual-driven. You can feel the visual, you can sense it in any way, therefore, like feeling, seeing, however you sense that thing. Now, the second really big point is the intention behind the visual. In self-help books, there's a lot of what I would consider misinformation about trying to visualize an outcome that you want. So we could talk about this over and over again. If you want something to happen, you want a new job, most of the time we're told visualize the new job. If you want to win the race, visualize yourself winning the track race. What we're going to say is when you do that, you put an inordinate amount of pressure on yourself to somehow force reality to come around what you want to happen. That has actually has a limiting effect on the potential positive benefits of what could occur for you. What we will ask you to do is to think about the spiritual meaning of the desired outcome. So if I want to win the race, I want to run fast. That's the real desire, or I want to excel. So I would visualize myself running my fastest. That will cause me to win, but the key is that I'm thinking about excelling, reaching my highest potential. It could mean other things as well as winning. You see, there's other ways of winning than just crossing the tape. Same thing with the job. If I visualize that I want to be an accountant, how do I know there's not a better job for me that I wasn't thinking of that deals with numbers? You see? So if I think about having a successful career, I'll be more open-minded not to miss an opportunity as opposed to slotting myself to only being a specifically certain type of accountant. So when we meditate then, same thing. If I try to have this perfect mind, perfect peace, the way I think it should be, I'm going to force myself to fit into something that I don't really know is exactly that same peace. So the intention, if you will, that we're calling the affirmation in this case is very important to be a spiritual principle, not something that you would achieve in terms of material achievement. Now, paradoxically, the spiritual principle will bring you the more effective material gain for your long-term happiness. But, of course, there's no pressure, so you can enjoy it. So hopefully you'll be able to apply that to your meditation. I had just given the motivational talk that we have up here as a lecture as well. That type of principle would be the same thing. When you're meditating, meditate for the sake of it, not necessarily knowing what peace really is if you're not having it now. Let yourself be open to living into that. We'll, of course, go over this more in the class. Do read the lesson over somewhat carefully. Again, because most of us have been told to visualize what we want as a means of getting that. And so we're going to switch it around and we're going to take the essence of that thing and we're going to give ourselves the essence. And then the final conclusion is, as you're meditating, you realize that whether or not you have the job, you're a good person or you're a happy person, it's the external circumstances are not necessarily going to dictate our happiness. Now that's a big concept to say on a short video, but that would be the final ultimate goal for us, that we can have the deep-seated happiness whether our mind is busy or whether it's quiet. Alrighty, well, hopefully this lesson 4 will be great. You'll have a chance to make some mental notes about the breathing exercises and then do the same with a visual and continue that through the whole course. Happy meditating.